Hola amigos. In this section, sorry about all the videos, but at least you don't have to look at my face. We're going to go through and talk about present tense verb conjugations. Remember, in Spanish, we have three types of verbs. We have AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs. That simply means that in the infinitive form, to do something, the verb ends in AR. What we need to do, though, every time we talk about who does something, we have to do what we say conjugate the verb. That means we drop off the AR and add our special endings. We don't say I to walk, we to eat, they to write. That's why we conjugate the verbs, and we do the same thing in English, okay? So just a reminder for my AR verbs, my endings for the yo form will be O. The to ending will be as. Usted el ella ending will be a. Nosotros will be amos. Vosotros will be ais. And ustedes, ellos, ellas will be an. For my ER verbs, my ending for yo will be o. To will be es. Usted el ella, e. Nosotros, hemos. Vosotros, es. And ustedes, ellos, ellas, en. And for my verbs ending in IR, in the yo form, the ending will be o. To will be es. Usted el ella will be e. Nosotros will be hemos. Vosotros will be is. And ustedes, ellos, ellas is en. Remember, the ER and IR verbs have the same endings except for nosotros and vosotros. Their endings will be similar to the type of verb that it is. And the other thing that sometimes kiddos get confused about where to put that accent on the vosotros form, think of it this way. If it's an AR verb, it goes over the A. If it's an ER verb, it goes over the E. If it's an IR verb, it goes over the I. Easy way to remember. So now let's go through and practice conjugating some of these verbs just for practice. It's a short little conjugation. A very simple AR verb that we use is hablar, which means to talk. Remember, when we get ready to conjugate these verbs, the first step is to cross off that AR so that we have the stem or the root of the verb left. So I'm just going to take that stem or that root. I'm going to check up here for my yo ending is an O. So I attach that yo ending. It becomes yo hablo. I talk. For the to form, to say you talk, I take my stem, check up here what's my to ending, and it's to hablas. For my usted el ella form, I'm going to take, running out of room, sorry about that. For my usted el ella form, I'm going to take my root or my stem. I'm going to look up here. Usted el ella is an A ending. So he or she talks is usted el ella habla. Up on the next part of the chart, for nosotros, to say that we talk, I'm going to start with my stem or root. And I'm going to add my nosotros ending, which is amos. Nosotros hablamos. For vosotros, I go with my stem or my root again. I check up here on my vosotros ending is ais. So y'all talk in Spain will be vosotros habláis. And lastly, to say that they talk or y'all talk in any other country, I'll take my stem, I'll check my ending, and it will be ustedes, ellos, ellas hablan. Okay. For the leer, which is an ER verb, I'm going to do the exact same thing. The first step is to drop off that ER, take my stem, Check my yo ending. Let's see, that's going to be an O. So I read, sorry, leer is to read, is yo leo. For the to form, I simply take the stem. I'm going to add my correct ending for to, which is es, and to les. Sometimes kiddos see that you have an ee together and you think you've done that incorrectly. As long as you follow the steps, cross off the er and add the ending, you'll be fine. For he reads, she reads, I'm going to start with my stem. Come up here and check. Okay, so my ending will be an e. So usted, él, ella, le, not we. For the nosotros form, I'm going to take my stem and I'm simply going to add the nosotros ending, which is hemos. And even though you have two e's together, you are just fine. Nosotros leemos. For vosotros, start with my stem. Check my ending, ace. Accent over the e because it's an er verb. And vosotros leis. Lastly, y'all read or they read will be len. Okay. Last one, the verb is vivir, which means to live. For vivir, exact same thing. The first step, cross off the IR. Second step, write my stem, check my ending for yo, and it would be yo vivo, I live. For the to form, I write my stem, check my to ending, es, and you live will be tu vives. For he or she lives, I start with my stem. I check my ending for an usted el ella form. Usted el ella vive. For nosotros, we live, start with the stem. Check my ending is imos. So nosotros vivimos. We live. Y'all live in Spain. Start with my stem. Check my ending is an is. It's an ir verb, so accent over the I. Vosotros vivís. And lastly, for ustedes, ellos, ellas, I'm going to start with my stem. Check my ending is an en. Ustedes, ellos, ellas viven. Thank you very much.